First 1 of 5.
How about back? Bidley running the floor there.
Indiana Fever arguably playing and statistically playing some of the best basketball.
Ray works her way inside and all sorts of defenders in the way for Indiana as Clark bounces ahead and Mitchell beats the pack back.
Many times early in this season where that has not been the case and have allowed too much dribble penetration.
Well, and it allows them, oh, what a dime. My goodness, the pass.
And this guy is the president of...
There's Mitchell, curls it out, Boston handoff, Clark back to Boston. Boston spins and banks it in.
Indiana's going to have to try to win this a second time here after that brilliant first half. Oh, Clark, beautiful feet.
That was
what made that team so good, you two? Outside Clark.
Caitlin Clark is the absolute embodiment of swagger fused with elite technique, shifting the entire atmosphere the second she steps on the hardwood. Defenders are forced to glue themselves to her the instant she crosses the halfway line because her shooting range knows no boundaries. That lethal deep threat does more than score. It stretches the opposition to their breaking point and rips the floor wide open. She is top of the league in transition scoring, grabbing the board, firing it ahead, and Wheeler delivers the extra feed. Oh, and there is Lou Lopez Senecal launching it to Samuelson, beautiful find to Clark, who goes behind the back and finds Smith. It is Caitlin Clark creating space for Indiana, riding the momentum of a 20-point masterclass and handling the physical grind. Indiana is praying that pressure will discourage Alyssa Thomas from threading those surgical needles she is famous for. Nobody picks up Clark, who promptly delivers a three-pointer courtesy of her 13th assist, reading the floor like a book. She demands the rock and immediately receives it. Here is Hamby working the post against Samuelson, but the ball is stripped clean and scooped up by Clark. Clark feeds it underneath Fagbenley, going to work against the rim in the paint. What a maneuver to get the bucket. You have to catch these heavyweight bouts live. Oh, and a brilliant fake from Boston who lays it in. Clark is being hounded by Didi Richards now as she checks into the contest, bringing fresh energy to the floor. Clark executes the step-back triple, launching from way downtown just below the logo. Establishing yourself as a franchise cornerstone and a future icon requires a certain level of maturity and perspective. Her three-point artillery is arguably the most devastating weapon in the modern game of basketball. Whether she is firing off the dribble in transition or pulling up under duress, Caitlin shoots with absolute, fearless conviction. She trusts the hours she put in, and that self-belief radiates every single time the leather leaves her fingertips, matched only by her vision. Caitlin perceives geometry and angles on the court that most veterans would never even spot in real time. A smooth drive by Kelsey Mitchell, but these young guns need those crucial repetitions on the hardwood together. There is going to be a trailer on this play. Watch right here as Boston sets a massive screen. She holds the pose on a career-first move, a step-back drifting to her right, which is rare since she usually favors the left. It did not fall, but they stay with it. Here is the flick ahead to Nalissa Smith for the layup, drawing the second foul on Howard. Honestly, if anything, I thought maybe Kalani Brown might have been the one whistled for the infraction there. Yeah, I did not see that foul call coming at all. The crew chatted with the Fever this morning, speaking with Clark and Coach Sides, asking, "How do you handle Clark working on Van Loo?" Clark hits a gorgeous step-back three, but look at the defensive intensity that sparked this run for Atlanta. The help side defense has to arrive on time, and how about that finishing touch on the other end? She can slash into heavy traffic, collapse the defense, and still thread a perfect needle through the tightest of windows. That dual threat of elite scoring and creative passing makes her a nightmare to contain. Another critical component of her arsenal is her basketball IQ. She dictates the tempo, knowing exactly when to break or floor it. In the most high-pressure scenarios, she stays ice-cold. Kelsey Mitchell finds Samuelson, who is ready to launch. A beautiful dime to Clark, who goes behind the back, oh my goodness, finding Smith. She has had open looks to score but creates opportunities by kicking the ball out to her shooters. They gave her barely an inch, and that is all she needs to find daylight. Here is Clark turning the corner. She lays it in and hits the deck. Now an opportunity for Chicago as Carter kicks it out. Evans fakes the triple, steps in for the long two, and buries it. Whistle blows. They call it on Howard, her second foul. Yeah, I am completely baffled by that call. I did not see it whatsoever. The roof has absolutely blown off this place, but playing at UConn, she is accustomed to this level of noise. Oh, that might be the third on Caitlin. Caitlin Clark demands the ball, but that pass sails wide. Reese works her way inside through a forest of Indiana defenders, but Clark bounces it ahead, and Mitchell beats the pack. That transition game was exactly what made that squad so formidable. You have two outside. Clark is being picked up by Dee Richards now as she enters the game, Richards guarding tightly. Clark with the step-back three from deep, just below the logo, ignoring the defense with 6 seconds on the shot clock. Clark pulls up from the parking lot. She hits the floor hard. Chicago sees a window of opportunity. Here is Carter driving and kicking it out. Evans pumps from deep, steps in for a long two, and buries it. The crowd is reaching a fever pitch, and the defense is clamping down, but Caitlin remains ice cold. She demands the rock when the game hangs in the balance, and that is precisely what elevates a star to superstar status. You cannot underestimate her handle. It is a massive factor in her ability to dominate. Silky crossovers, hesitation dribbles, and explosive speed changes, she manufactures space whenever she pleases. Look at this sequence right here. A sharp cut to the hoop, but instead of forcing a shot against the rim protectors, she kicks it out or resets to push the tempo. She sits alone at the top of the league leaderboard for transition scoring. The defense is suffocating Clark. She steps back for three. Bottoms! She has been a dual threat all night, hunting her own shot while simultaneously feeding her teammates for wide-open looks. She picks up her second foul after snagging 2 early ones against Connecticut. She has absolutely set this arena on fire. But having played in those high-pressure college environments, she is built for this. Oh, grab the app to catch these blockbuster matchups live. Oh, spectacular pump fake from Boston, who muscles it in. That shot refuses to drop for Haley Jones. Indiana sees a lane to snatch the lead. Smith fires the outlet. It finds Clark, who sits at 12 points. Allen goes up and gets rejected. The Fever are hunting for a numbers advantage. Clark finds Wallace. Back to Clark, the Showtime pass. It finds Boston. Boston returns it to Clark. She sidesteps Howard, loads up, and drills the triple. That would be their third. Caitlin Clark demands the ball. It gets poked away, but she recovers and drives right. Her ability to shift gears is elite, and she has truly mastered playing through the contact down here for the Fever. Exceptional ball rotation on this possession. She pulls up from the logo. It is not just raw velocity with her. She depends on impeccable timing and high IQ choices. Forget the box scores and the reel for a second. Caitlin Clark brings pure leadership and intensity. She plays with heart and elevates the belief of everyone in that locker room. The moment she steps onto the hardwood, the whole squad believes, knowing that magic could strike at any second. Each viral clip serves as a reminder that we are witnessing a pioneer who is rewriting the rulebook of basketball. Caitlin had a window to shoot but chose the drive instead. Solid work, recovering and shielding the ball after that stumble. We are anticipating a massive performance tonight. Burke and Cunningham are ready for battle. She excels at stepping up in the clutch. However, you can tell this guard is simply more robust than her counterpart, thanks to her veteran savvy and poise. Beautiful vision from Clark, finding Smith for the easy lay-in. She is the solitary player shooting a higher percentage from deep than her own running mate, Kayla McBride. Clark drives hard to the right. She has to utilize her frame to reach her sweet spots and withstand that defensive heat. Clark is fresh off a virtuoso performance, and she gets things going for us immediately. One guard simply overpowers the other due to superior experience and maturity. Another crisp find from Clark, and Smith finishes at the rim. Man, just the ability to clear out and navigate through traffic, dissecting the coverage courtesy of Caitlin Clark's 13th dime. She is reading the floor like a book. Clark grabs another board and flings it up court. Wheeler with the extra pass! Oh my goodness, Caitlin Clark is doing far more than just stuffing the stat sheet. She is lighting a fire under the next wave of hoopers, proving that talent, court vision, and a lack of fear can revolutionize the sport. If these Caitlin Clark moments got you hyped, smash that like button, subscribe to the squad, and ring that bell so you never miss a drop. We are committed to delivering top-tier plays, legendary sequences, and coverage of the athletes molding the future of the game. Appreciate you tuning in.